Good morning. Excuse me if I start squinting, it's because it's a bright day. We're not laying mortar now. We've laid 2 pieces this morning, and that's enough. That was nice and early. It's in the shade, so it's going to be okay. And the slabs are light in colour, and this is what I wanted to raise the attention of choosing your paving in a south-facing garden. A couple of years ago we had a meeting at Ball Adhesives, and their expert there, who was very knowledgeable, they talked about dark colours, using them in the south facing garden, is that they're going to conduct heat more. Now we've soaked this a little bit and already it's still absolutely boiling hot, and Dan made the comment that you can actually cook bacon on it, and it was absolutely boiling. So what you've got to try and understand is that if you're laying dark paving down with mortar, it's going to really suck any moisture you got out of it. That's why it's so important to use slurries. But what you've got to remember is that when the paving is dark in colour like this and it's conducting all that heat, it's just no good for the mortar underneath, because cement, when it heats up, it has a tendency to crack. That's why you've got to get your ratios, and you've got to be consistent in mixing your mortars up. It's so important, and to make sure that you use priming slurry. So my advice is that in a south facing garden you don't want to be using dark colours. It's not a good thing. It's not going to reflect the granted, this is slate, okay, but you do get porcelain that is obviously dark, black greys and what have you, dark greys, and that is really hot. Even now we put water on it, it's still hot. And over the course of the day, that's just going to heat up continually. It's consistent on that mortar bed, and I think it's going to have a detrimental effect on your paving, and you could get some sort of movement or delamination. You always get movements in paving, and you've got to think about, you want a flexible system. So when you're using an adhesive or a slurry to bed your paving down onto your mortar bed, you've got to make sure they got those polymers. And polymers, I think in science, means many parts, and with polymers they have a tendency to be a little bit more flexible. And for people in the industry, some people will actually know about flexible adhesives are better than some products that have no flexibility, because what's going to happen is that it's just going to crack. Okay, it's just going to crack. Flexibility is key. Years ago, when we were always told how to point patios, was that the mortar we're using for the patio should be softer than the product we're using. And in some cases, guys and girls across the country are putting too much cement in mixes, and as a result of that, it's continually heating up, and especially when you get a dark coloured slab. So what I would say is, before going down that road of making your mind up about what paving you should be using, think about the colours, and you should be getting some feedback off the paving suppliers about this. You've just got to really think about it. And certainly what we'll find now in years to come is that paving is going to, the environment it's getting warmer, so we have to start thinking about products that's going to deflect the heat as opposed to conduct the heat. So that's about that on that. If you have any questions regarding this, and you want to challenge anything I said, which is absolutely fine, but this is about promoting good dialogue and trying to ask those questions, and maybe we should get a supplier on and see what they have to say about it. But I'm sure that what you'll find with a lot of these suppliers, that they don't have that information. It's the manufacturers that will have this information, but they'll never really tell you about laying instructions. Maybe I should be putting an article together on how to lay a porcelain patio as an article, as opposed to a video. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and if you've got any questions, just drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Have a great day. Be safe.